Hi there! So we just wanted to talk about a couple things to consider when you're looking to purchase bare land to start your homestead.
Five tips to get the perfect homestead. Number 1.
Location. Location, 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 location. Okay, we're done, right?
No.
No?
You can only have one location.
But those are the 5 things you need to consider. No, but seriously, location is super important. Are you still working in town? How far are you willing to commute every day? If you're not able to produce 100% of what your family needs to eat, how far are you willing to go to the grocery store? It all adds up.
Are you like me and just want to live in the middle of nowhere and not see anybody ever again?
Except you still work full time, so that's not going to work so well. Because we don't want to spend 3 hours a day in the vehicle. Like that's not what we want our lives to be.
Number 2.
Size. So here we have just shy of 150 acres, and we plan to have cattle, horses, chickens, ducks, whatever we want.
Ostriches.
No, not happening.
Yep, ostriches.
A massive garden. And for us, this size works. But if you're just wanting, a couple chickens in a small garden, you're probably not going to want this big. So you have to consider what you want the land to do for you. The other thing is, here we're on the prairies. So if we wanted to heat with wood, it's not going to work for us. So that ties back into location. But it is also size.
We've got like maybe 50 trees. So that's like a winter's worth of heat.
Yeah, we would decimate our property if we wanted to heat with wood. It's just not logical. Number 3.
Number 3!
Number 3 is water. Here in Alberta, we don't automatically get riparian rights, which are rights to the water. So even if you have lakeshore property or a river running through, you might not legally be able to use that water. But you also need to consider your well. How deep will you have to drill? How are the wells in the area? And all that can be found if you know where to look for it. Or if the wells in the area aren't good, then you're going to have to put in a cistern for drinking water. How far out, again, are you? Are there companies around that are willing to fill it? Our county encourages us to collect rainwater to use around the property, but there's counties here that don't. So you also have to consider that.
Number 4
is soil type. Here, the vast majority of soil is clay. We have about 4 to 6 inches of topsoil before we get to clay. So it's okay. It's not the greatest for growing. We've had to add a bit for our garden, and if we were seriously looking at crops, we'd most likely have to spray some liquid fertilizer and whatnot. But there are definitely areas where it's a lot better. It's just things to keep in mind.
Areas where it's a lot worse. Like you can get all sand, and then you gotta add the organic matter to make it grow.
Yes. We have okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the root vegetables don't do the greatest because they just don't have space.
That just takes time.
Yeah, we're going to raise it up eventually. But
Number 5
is bylaws and regulations. So we have built our CCAN home 100% to code, and as our county is required. We have pulled every permit that we've needed. It's been frustrating, but to us that was important because if we do ever need to sell it, it's already done. But there are counties in the area that absolutely would not have allowed us to do this.
There's also counties out there where you don't need anything.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Would have been way cheaper, but at the same time we know we've got a building that's built to code and is not gonna have mold issues or anything else.
Yeah. And we also know that no county officials will come and tell us to remove it.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. It's another thing to consider is phone service. Really, I mean, I know we're over 5, but phone service, right? I mean, to be able to make a phone call, to be able to call my parents, see how they're doing, it's kind of important to us.
Unless you want to be like me and be in the middle of nowhere and don't talk to anybody.